new benefit that is being offered. Thrive has two components. One is an employer contribution program, and the other is a student loan advisory service. So if anybody has been paying any attention to what's going on with federal student loans and income-driven repayment plans, if you've got any questions, we have an entire crew or team that can help on that end. So let's walk through what the benefits are. And like Jermaine said, any questions, if you want to pop them while I'm talking or wait till the end, I'm good with either. So you're being offered an extremely exciting and generous benefit for student loan payments of $20,000 over the next 10 years. So we're breaking that down in a monthly payment of $166.66. And through the end of this year, and possibly in the future, but what we know for sure is through the end of this year, those dollars are tax-free to you. So you're receiving those dollars to your student loans and you're not paying any income tax on it. That came out of the CARES Act, that came out of COVID with the end date December 31st of this year. But there are bills in Congress to extend that. So time will tell on that, but for this year, for certain, all of those dollars are tax-free. So you're going to be able to enroll in Thrive, watch for an email that is going to come to you, I believe, next week. And it's going to say you've been invited to the Thrive Student Loan Benefit, and you will have a little click to enroll now. Once you come onto the platform, it's very self-service, user-friendly. It's going to ask you if you want to use these benefit dollars to your student loans. So certainly if you have student loans, you're going to click yes. That's for your federal loans. That's for your private loans. It does not matter, but it is for your loans only because an employer can only offer this tax-free benefit to their employees' loans. Now, that could be for your loans or for a Parent Plus loan because that is in your name. It just can't be for your spouse or your kids' loans, but it can be for any loan that's in your name. So you'll click yes to register, and then you'll see what the benefit is, $166.66. If that looks good, register your account. Now, one caveat here, for those of you who are enrolled in an income-driven repayment plan, you may have a payment that is less than the monthly amount of $166.66. It is very important to stay in your income-driven payment plan and not get booted out, that you don't make a payment more than what's due. So if your payment is less than, you'll want to reach out to us, and you'll have lots of different places where you'll get our email address and let us know. I should take that back. Register all the way through, and then email us and tell us what your payment is, and we're going to modify that, because what can happen doesn't always happen. If you pay more than what your income-driven repayment plan states, they can push you back to a standard repayment plan, and we do not want that to happen. So go all the way through enrollment, even though it's $166 and your payment is less, then reach out and we'll modify it before your first payment. So you're going to see what the payment is. Sounds great. Let's register. And then you're going to register your student loan account. So we are making this payment directly to your student loan account. So when you click add student loan, and it can be one account, it can be multiple accounts, you'll decide. You'll enter your date of birth. You'll see there's going to be a form, a field to fill in with your date of birth and the last four of your social. That's going to pull up your student loan. So we bring your loans into the Thrive program through a soft credit pull. So as long as your servicer has reported your student loans to Equifax or any of the credit bureaus, we're able to access it. Now, there's a lot of moving parts with the federal. Some of you may have been with FedLoan and it went to MOHELA or whomever. If your loans just transferred, they maybe haven't already been reported to the credit bureau. So when you enter your data, it shows no compatible loans. What that means is the credit service does not have your loan data yet. So you may have to try the enrollment 2 weeks later or 2 weeks later. So there's nothing on our end, we can do, it's all about your servicer reporting your loans. If you've been with your servicer for a bit, this isn't going to apply to you. You'll be able to see your loans. You'll click on the loan that you want to pay and you're off and running. Okay, so it's very simple enrollment. 166, if that looks good to you, go right through that, register your loans, and then you're going to be launched onto your portal. So what you see here is the enrollment portal. You'll only go through that once. After you're enrolled, and you'll know that you're successfully enrolled because you'll be launched right onto your employee portal. But this is where you'll log on in the future. If you want to see, well, what's my payment? Where is it? Because it, there's a initiation of your payment, and then it gets applied, and then it gets posted. All of that is going to be listed here. So if you want to do that, let's say you paid off one student loan account, and next year you want to register another one. You'll come on here and you'll click register account. You'll delete what was in there, add your new one. So this is the place where you're going to log in going forward. It's kind of like what you have with your retirement account and all different, this is your portal. So it's go.thrivematching.com. So what you're going to get an email, it's going to take you to the enrollment portal. Once you're done enrolling in the future, this is where you'll log in and see all your data. So that's the Thrive enrollment. Let's talk a little bit about timing and how this all works. So like I said, your student loan payments, at least through the end of this year, are going to be tax-free up to $5,250, which is phenomenal. Now, enrollment is rolling. You can enroll at any time. With that said, you're going to get your first payment in the month that you enroll prior to the 19th. So if you enroll prior to the 19th of the month, your payment will be initiated on the 25th of that month. If you enroll on the 23rd, 24th, whatever of that month, your first payment is going to be the 25th of the following month. So you can enroll at any time, but remember the 19th is sort of the drop dead date if you want a payment in that month. But going forward, you can enroll at any time with the 19th being the deadline. So now payment timing. The Thrive program is making payments based on the program cadence, not based on your due date, obviously, because there's a lot of you. Your payments are going to be initiated on the 25th of every month after you register by the 19th. You can expect a good 10 business days at a minimum before it hits your servicer and is applied to your account. So best practices, in the first month that you're enrolled in Thrive, make your student loan payment outside of the Thrive program until you see what the timing is, because every servicer is also different. So we can't have a blanket statement to say, this is when you're going to see it. We know when your servicer receives it because they send back a confirmation code, but we don't know how long it takes your servicer to receive it and then apply it to your account. That's a servicer question. So because you don't want to have a late payment, continue to make your own student loan payment. And, then you can kind of see, okay, my payment for Thrive hits on the whatever. So I'm going to make my payment early and let the Thrive payment apply for the next month. Or if you're not in an income-driven payment plan, you might want to pay down your student loan quicker, which means continue to make your payment, receive this extra payment, and pay down your loan quicker. So you'll decide how you want to use this program, what the strategy is, but just a couple things to think about. Also, you have our support team. So if you have any questions or you want to walk or talk through anything, reach out to us, supporthelp@silverlionsla.com. You don't have to remember that. It's going to be on all the materials, but we can also help with that as well. All right, so before I move on to the advisory service, any questions about Thrive enrollment, how it works? Does it all seem pretty easy? Okay, good. All right, so now let's talk about our advisory service. So I am sure most or all of you are very familiar with public service loan forgiveness, income-driven payment plans, and all of the craziness going on. Department of Education, will they, won't they, all of that. So this is a really important time for you, if you have federal student loans, to make sure you're on track for loan forgiveness and you're in the right income-driven repayment plan. And most people who enrolled in SAVE, SAVE has kind of gone away. You have to change your payment plan. Those who are in SAVE should know that those payments are no longer qualifying payments because that program has been absolved. So those aren't going towards your loan forgiveness. There's a lot of changes going on with federal student loans. So we have one side of our practice is student loan advisory services. So what we do and what we're here for is to be your go-to for all things federal student loan. So whether it's enrolling in an income-driven payment plan, whether you're in default, you need a loan rehab, any question you have. And I should also say, this service is available to your family as well. They just have to let our advisors know that you're part of this team. We host monthly webinars where we talk about the state of the current student loans. And as you know, right now, these webinars are changing every month with who's going to be overseeing the federal student loans, what programs are available, what programs are not available, Parent Plus loans, all the things that are going on. So here's a QR code if you want to scan it, if you want to enroll, register for the next monthly webinar. You're also going to have a landing page, which I'll provide to Shemaine. She can distribute that, which is going to have all this information as well and ways to register for the monthly webinars. But those are one great resource. And again, if you have family that has federal student loans, invite them as well, because those webinars are gold. The things that we talk about, the Q&As that we answer, it really gives you a sense of, where do I go? What do I do? Because a lot of confusion going on now. The second part of this service is our team that will do a loan review. There is no cost for that. They are going to look up your loans and tell you exactly what you have, what program you're in, whether you're eligible for loan forgiveness, whether you're in the right program, and then suggest what the best next steps are for you. Maybe you're in the perfect scenario. Maybe there's changes. For the most part right now, there's a lot of changes that are needed for those who prior enrolled in an income-driven payment plan. Here's a QR code if you want to sign up for a loan review. So I would suggest anybody that has federal student loans, even if you're already enrolled in an income-driven payment plan, have that review. There's no cost, and it's going to give you a peace of mind that either you're in the exact right place or you know what next steps are. So there's no cost for the loan review. You also have the option, if you want to work with our advisors ongoing and you want us to make those changes, enroll you, help you recertify, apply for loan forgiveness, you're having trouble with your servicer, whatever, that's another level of service that there is a fee for. It's a discounted fee because you're part of the Thrive family now, and your advisor would tell you what that is. So there's two ways to utilize the service. Please feel free to reach out. It's a really great way to make sure you're on track. So you're receiving dollars for your student loan, make sure your payments are as low as they can be, and you're on the right track for loan forgiveness.